Okay, so I think we can get started. Hey guys, I hope everyone here is having a very good evening. Today, the Technical Club of IIITK is extremely excited to welcome Siddharth Vaya of batch 2017, who secured a rank of 42 in GATE. Now, the fact that he is here all by himself to talk about his experience, hard work, and answer a few of our questions can be more interesting and amazing than the number 42 itself. Let us not waste any more of his time and get right into the interesting part. On to Siddharth Bhaiya, GATE All India Rank 42.
Hello, am I audible, right?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Aditya, for your warm welcome. So I will move to I have received the questions from you guys. So I will first take on that. I will address them, whatever you ask then, and then we will move on to, you can ask me anything, whatever you want. Okay. So I will go to these questions one by one. So someone has asked, like, when did you start preparing for the GATE? So I started a year back, that was in January 2020, and I gave the exam at the February 2021. So I took 1 year for this preparation. How did I prepare, and what did I do, self-study or did I took some coaching? So I took Ravindra Babu Rahula sir's video lectures. I bought it from his website. And okay, so another question, like, is college stuff enough to get a guess yours? Okay, so ideally it should have been enough. Like, that's how the GATE syllabus is designed, right? Whatever you are studying in your undergrad course of that stream, that is actually the syllabus. So but yeah, it depends on the college. Like, how, if during my time in this practical time, like, I felt like everything was not thoroughly covered. Like, okay, because even the exam at our college used to be on that subjective matter. So yeah, some there were so many parts that are asked in the GATE, and some like that was not covered in similar way. So I feel like you may have to do some refer some other resources rather than just your college syllabus to be prepared for this. Okay. Books, YouTube channels you recommend for GATE? Any specific YouTube playlist, study material that must be preferred? Yeah, so there are some standard books, like you can just Google it up and you will find some standard books for each course. But to be honest, like, I didn't refer any of these books, because like I only relied on the class notes and the video lectures of the specific course that I took. So that's that. But yeah, standard books are better, like, if you have enough time. So yeah, that will give you some in-depth knowledge of the subject. So it's better to refer them, but if you are on time constraint, I would not recommend going for the books. And then no, I don't think I had so many specific YouTube channels or playlist for any study material. Yeah, there are some like last minute tips kind of, there were channel, like there is a senior of, I don't know, his name is Prajakta Tauri, something is that sort. Like they have a YouTube channel, and I used to uh, watch her videos. Like, she would give us the how it does about general tips, but I didn't refer any specific YouTube channel or playlist for the study materials. Okay, so there is how to prepare for exam in less time, means for GATE 2022. Okay, so I think you, at least you should be aware of the entire GATE syllabus. Like, you should know, at least you have to just go through it once. Like, if you don't make notes, okay, that's fine, because you have time constraint. You have some sort of reference, maybe you have PDF notes of some different other guy or something like that. And just, I think if you have less time, just go through the entire syllabus. At least be aware of these are the things that is going to be there in the exam. And then I think shift all your focus to the test series, because that will help you like cover like everything, I guess. So just focus more on test series and try to improve upon that, because that's what final exam will be like. So if you have less time, just go through all entire syllabus really quick, and then try focusing on test series. So that would be my suggestion, but still, like, I'm not sure about this. But yeah, what is the difficulty of GATE exams? How different is it preparation for normal BTech? Okay, so I think it's not that difficult. I think maybe it is comparable to JEE mains, I guess. But yeah, difficulty is defined by the competition and less based on the difficult questions of exam, because you see like if let's say that there is not like if you get this many marks then you get this many rank. So for example, like in 2019 or some year, uh 2019 2018, like 80 plus marks would give you AIR top 10. Okay, if you are scoring 80 plus marks out of 100, you can get in the top 10 all India rank. But like in the 2013 case of GATE, there the thing was like paper was like kind of abnormal, like maybe I don't know because of population or something or some reason, but the paper was kind of difficult. Like people may feel it was lengthy or difficult or something was there. So that like the marks of 69 was AIR1 at that point of time. Like 69 could get you AIR1. Like so yeah. So I don't think the difficulty is there is some objective answer to this question, because it kind of changes. So what you can do is like to ensure something, so just analyze your competition. And how will you analyze your competition on that year is by test series. The result of the test series, they will give you like how much you are scoring, how your rank is uh, from the other people. So you have they have given that test. So yeah, so that from there you can analyze the competition and be sure like, okay, so this is my position in this competition. So you can improve upon that if you want to do that. So yeah, what are the benefits of GATE exam? So I think many of you already know this. Like yeah, it's a standard. For the reason I got into this, I just wanted to do MTech, and you get admissions to IITs or NITs, so that's thing. And if you're really serious about research and those stuff, like yeah, IISc is a very good option. So you can get into the IISc, and also through the GATE score, you can get some admission in some university in Singapore. That's NTU and NUS. And also there is one university in Germany, I think TUM. Yeah, TUM, you can get it to that. Yeah, that would be MS course. I don't know. I didn't go deep into that, but yeah. So yeah, through GATE, you can also get into some international universities like that. So that is, and also PSU is there. Yeah, you can get government job. But I still didn't dig in deeper into it, so I'm not sure the details about it. So yeah, these are the opportunities I am aware of that you can get through the GATE. The next question is how much time should be dedicated for its preparation? Okay, so I think this is still kind of subjective, because it depends on your field. Like I was a slow learner, so I thought of like I took 1 year just to be safe. And but I was seeing like people saying like even a dedicated preparation of 4 months is enough. Yeah, but dedicated word is that. So yeah, it depends like how much you have already covered in your bachelor's time, and those things would matter. But I think like maybe 9 months is kind of safer option to go with, like 6 months for completing the syllabus and last 3 months for the test series practice. But yeah, like this is kind of bit flexible. Like people have also correct this in just in 6 months or even in 5 months or something like that. So that's that. Okay, next question is how to prepare if you are starting preparation from the second year. Okay, so that would give you a lot of time. So I think you should start with the reference books, because you have enough time, and if you are comfortable with reading books, then I suggest you just read the theory portion from the reference book, because you have time. That's what I'm suggesting, because second year, like you have second and year, third and fourth, so you have 3 years like that. So yeah, read books, and because that gives you very in-depth knowledge about the subject. Like because there are things that might not be the part of GATE syllabus, but that those things would be connected to the topic you are studying for the GATE syllabus. So just a knowledge of those things might help you sharpen that understanding of that topic. So yeah, if you have time, you can utilize that and read this standard reference book to broaden your knowledge in that. So that's how what I would suggest you, if you have time. Any advice for EC students who want to write the CS paper? I don't have direct experience with this, but yeah, I have seen many people cracking GATE CS being from a different branch. So I'd say it's just doable, of course. Uh, I don't have any specific, but I just say like start early, start your prep early, like so that you can just get familiar with the subjects. So I don't have a proper any statement for this. Can you suggest good online courses? Okay, so yeah, I don't have any other experience other than the course that I took. That was Ravi sir's course, but I've heard that there is also Gate Applied CSE course that's also better. And yeah, there is a online platform which is like similar to Stack Overflow, but specifically made for Gate. So its name is Gate Overflow. So people studying for this Gate CS exam, they can ask the queries there. So yeah, so many past year questions I used to refer their solutions only because like number of people would like write their perspective on that answer. So that was really helpful. The Gate Overflow is a good platform and it's free and open for all. So that was a good website if you want to refer anything for the Gate. And they also have, I guess, they are also providing books and they also have some free test series, but I didn't try that. So maybe that's for you to explore if you are into this. What role does the coaching and test series play? Okay. So what I felt is like video lectures and whatever like coaching that may what they will do, I think they will make things faster because their focus would be only Gate. So they may help you save some time. So like if you're just going to read the book, there it might be more time taking than to understand something the same thing from someone else. So that's the only thing. Just I think the time constraint is that well, if you have time constraint, and then only I guess this coaching things helps somehow. And test series, yeah, I think test series is very important because first of all, yeah, it helps you analyze the competition, and it also tells you that what mistakes that you are making, and so the silly mistake parts and all the stuff. And that why test is so much important. See, what I see is like it's the Gate, whatever this exam is like, the what happens is if you are given the same question paper and you are given like you have a week or maybe 2 week to answer it on your own, then I think you would be able to solve it much better because you have so much time. So you can figure out like without even referring an internet. If you have gone through the entire syllabus, then if you are given enough time, like let's say not even week, let's say 48 hours instead of just 3 hours, you would be able to do it very well compared to what you could do in 3 hours. So that's what happens in the initial stage. Like, so this test series teaches you that like you have this time constraint that this mock test put you on. So yeah, it teaches you time management a lot. So I think yeah, that's the role the test series could play. Okay, the next question: what are the 3 things you would like to tell your younger self? Okay, so this kind of broad question. So assuming younger in the context with the Gate preparation. So I would say start a little bit earlier so that I could have referred the reference book as well to get the deeper knowledge. And I will tell myself to stop procrastinating because I did that a lot. And then later I had to do so much thing in a single day, and those kind of stuff used to happen. And I would say like, don't over stress on the future. That's what I would say to myself if I get that such chance. Okay, the next question. What was the key component of your preparation? Okay, by the key component, I think there's something without which I might have not done it. I might have done it very bad. So I think it has to be test series, because yeah, doing just like studying subjects and solving questions like there's weren't enough if I couldn't have done those solve question in that particular time. like given a question, it could be have been difficult. I did solve it, but I took 2 hours. Like, and that one question, if the same question asked in the GATE exam, that's just one of those. I don't know how many questions are there, like maybe 50, one of those 50 questions. So there you can't take 2 hours. So those kind of things, yeah, would be there. So specifically with this exam, I think test series and mock test, yeah, that's what I call key component for the improvement I did. Okay, next questions. Are there any mistakes you made in your early preparation days? Okay, I did a mistake that I did was I completed the entire syllabus first, and I didn't touch any questions while I was like just going through those video lectures or just course stuff, syllabus stuff. I just used to solve the example question that sir used to taught. So that was it. And then I thought like after I'm done with entire syllabus, then only I will touch test series and all. So this was a kind of mistake that I did. Because of that, I couldn't complete the entire test series that I had. And yeah, and also like after completing the entire syllabus and then starting on the test series, so the things used to happen that okay, I forgot this, I forgot that, so those stuff used to happen. So yeah, I think the ideal way would be like while you are preparing for a subject, like attempt the test series of that topic or whatever topic you are studying. After you're done with the topic, not even subject, just the topic, just give the topic test of that uh at the same time. So just don't procrastinate it for, just don't wait for the entire syllabus to complete. Okay, and yeah, they didn't give enough importance to, I didn't give enough importance to aptitude section. Yeah, aptitude section is relatively easy, but yeah, like I'll just do something for it. I left it at all, and then the 2 months or 1 month earlier, I realized that I'm making some super silly mistakes and didn't know some basic concept for aptitude section. So I just referred that at that time. So those days were kind of rough. Like I had to complete so much thing in that. So yeah, like yeah, just give some importance to aptitude section as well because it's a scoring thing. Okay, the next questions. Which topics required more time and dedication for you to cover? Hmm. Okay, so I will tell you about the topic that I had to pause and ponder a lot. Like there are systems topics where like if someone could just explain me once, I would understand it. Okay, that's how it works. It's a system. But there were theoretical things like the graph theory proofs and some tricky probability questions such as the Monty Hall problem and some decidability and undecidability theory. So this theoretical part was there. I had to put some special focus on this to understand it deeply. So those were the topics that these theoretical topics were there. I had to put more time, but yeah, that's it. Okay. The next question is, which, in your opinion, are the most important topics? I think they can ask for many things. So I don't think there is something like most important thing. But there are these two things, that aptitude and maths. So those are the portion that they will surely ask. Like there are some core CS topics that might even like skip totally in an exam, but aptitude and maths is a must. So yeah, there, because there's a 100% chance that questions, there are 15 marks allocated for aptitude and maths. There's no specific allocation, but yeah, similar on that, like 15 to 20 marks is allocated for maths and 15 marks for aptitude. So that is some short marks that you can get. So that's important. And other than that, like entire CSC syllabus is what's important. So you should not miss, like if you have time, you should not miss any of this. Are there any strategies you followed while solving paper which gave you an edge over others? Okay, so see, I was planning to solve the 2 marks question first and the integer question first and then move to first 1 mark question. But like I couldn't do any of this, like no one could, because in the GATE 2021, they announced that all questions will be shuffled. So 2 marks question, integer question, 1 mark question, they would intershuffle. So I couldn't do that. So I just went with the flow and there was no particular strategy at all. Yeah, but the one thing that I just solved the aptitude section first because aptitude questions are relatively easier. So those kind of like, because you have solved like 15 marks and they're very easily. So you will have some confidence to solve the next throughout the paper. So I did that thing. I just saw the aptitude first time and then moved to the core CSE. Okay, so this is the last question. How did you analyze your strengths and weaknesses after every test? Okay. Did you approach those weaknesses? Okay. So what I did was I actually made a book of silly mistakes. So the mistakes could be silliest as like, you know, in the quick maths, I would like say 5 plus 3 is 7 and the entire answer would be wrong. So I literally took note of just like where exactly I did mistake. If I did 5 plus 3 7, I would just write that why I did 5 plus 3 plus 7 and then I will rectify it. Like I will just write it like this is not 7. You have to memorize it or whatever silly mistake I just wrote a note all if just to not repeat that. Like only aim was like not to repeat the same mistake again. I'm bound to make more and more mistakes. Like there would be more and more mistakes. I can just try to optimize on that, and so that's what I tried. Like still I did mistake in the final exam as well, so those mistakes will just happen. Just the only aim of this analyzing mistake part was like I allowed myself to make mistakes, but I just didn't allow myself to repeat the same mistake. The new mistakes, if I make, that's fine. I just didn't want to allow myself to make repeated mistakes, so that's why I made that note for specifically for mistakes. So yeah, that was it, I guess. Yeah, that's all questions that you have sent me prior to this session. And if you have anything else, if anyone has anything else to ask me, yeah, you can ask me right now and I will try to answer.
Yes, Bhaiya, thank you so much for that. I think that answered like most of the questions people would have. Now let's look for some questions from the people viewing the session. Any questions, you can either unmute your mic and ask or put it in the chat box.
Okay, I can see one question in the chat box. I just saw that. Does GATE exam help for the placement? I don't have any first-hand experience with it because by the time I got my placement in Triple Kottayam, I didn't even give GATE. So I don't think it was any perfect. Like none of anyone from my class did give GATE for that. So I'm not sure if it has an impact for the placement during BTech. Okay, so how hard is it gonna be for me if I want to give GATE physics exam? Okay, I'm totally not aware of what this physics exam syllabus. So sorry, but I can't answer this one. Would we prepare for the GATE alongside final year of BTech? Would time be feasible? I think it is doable. Like so many people do it that way only. Like they prepare for GATE the final year and crack it. So yeah, it is possible. Like it is up to you. Like, can you manage time? Like, can you like you might have in your projects in the final year. So if you have figured that out, how much time it would take, and if you can spare some time like daily for this GATE preparation, if you can spare it, like it would have any other job, any other serious work in that final year, I think you can do it. It should be doable. Any tips on how to go through the counseling process after getting the results? I think that I have to look it up also. Like, see, like for the after you got the result, there are actually, yeah, it's kind of weird because what you might have seen for this NIT and for the BTech allocation, that was JOSA. So there we had a common platform using which you could get into IITs, NITs, or triple ITs. For this MTech part, it's kind of weird. So we have actually two platforms. One is COAP and another is, I don't know the name, maybe CMT or something like that. So COAP is totally for IISc and IITs. So what you have to do is like you have to apply for whatever IITs. You have to individually apply to each website of that college. For example, if you want to apply to IIT Bombay and IIT Kharagpur, you have to go to that IIT Bombay website and you have to do your registration there and in the similar fashion in other institutes. And the results of that would merge onto the COP platform. So it was kind of weird, like, okay, so that was there, but yeah, if, if it comes to that, like you would know, like, I think there are some YouTube videos that goes through this stuff. So that might help. Okay. What kept you motivated throughout the preparation? Okay, so I did kind of a crazy thing to stay motivated. Is like, I don't think if it even qualifies for motivation, but I deliberately did not leave any options for me. So I got a placement in the final year, but I did not took it because I thought it might give me some kind of comfort zone that I would not prepare for it. So I just did not take that placement. So that was one thing that I had no other way other than this. So yeah, this is the only thing I had to do. So this might even be motivating, or it might even get depressing at some point of time, but that was one thing. You don't have other ways, you have to do it. I don't know what else to say. Maybe just get don't just stay too stressed. Like what I used to do, if I get too stressed at some point of time, like maybe the test series went wrong or something like that, so I would just, or whatever it is, like if I don't feel like studying, I wouldn't study, because like it doesn't even make sense. Like if you are sad, mentally sad, you can't learn something. You have to be mentally happy to learn something. So if you're in bad mood, like I would just skip. Like I would take even a week break. I would not study anything at all. And then when I feel good, okay, then I will just get back to it. That what I used to do. What did you choose after GATE result, like PSU or higher studies or some other placement? I did not even apply for PSU because I had already made up my mind before that I would go for MTech. So I applied for like I just took, finally I took it for this IIT Bombay MTech CSE here. Okay. Any tips on how to replicate the exam environment while writing test series? Mm, just like, what can I say? Like, don't cheat. That's enough, I guess. Just don't cheat during exam that you are going to just accept that you're making mistakes. Don't even change your tab while giving the exam. And yeah, like that slot that where you are when you are giving the exam, like that, if there's 3 hour mock test, so make sure you can dedicate that 3 hour, like it's not have any breaks or something like that. That's what you can do for replicate it. Like maybe you can be alone in your room during that time, something like that. So maybe that may help replicate it. How to decide whether I should give gate or not? Okay, how to decide? So I don't know. I don't know how to decide that. Like that was a difficult decision, but like I think I think what I see, like, okay, I read this quote somewhere. Like there is nothing like a wrong decision or right decision. You just make a decision and then prove it right, something like that. So I don't know how to decide that, but like once you decide to do it, like just be dedicated. Even if you don't decide to give it, or if you go through any place or any company you're working on, like stay dedicated there. So this deciding part is I don't know how to answer that. Maybe you can look up your how the placement is going in your college, what opportunities you have in your college, and if you feel that this might not be enough for you, maybe yeah, this is just one more option. This gate is one more option that you can have a better placement opportunity in future. So maybe that is one thing that you might want to go for gate. That is one thing. And maybe if you are research enthusiast, then yeah, like IISc is a very good option. So you might go there if you want to go there and you want to do pursue research in future, like some good quality research. Then your gate is one good thing that you, yeah, if you crack gate and then you can get into IISc or even in SWATs, you have very good research opportunities. Even not IISc, I told you, right? So you have option for NTU or NUS, that is in Singapore, and that's a very good institute. Like they rank even better than our in the world ranking. They rank even better than our IITs. So those opportunities you have through gate. So if you are into research, I think yeah, going for master's is obvious choice, I guess. Did you aim for 2-digit rank, single digit rank, right from your first year of preparation? So this was like, I'm not sure, but I tried to stay like in the during the test series. I tried to stay under 100, like how many whatever number of people would be attempting that. So I tried to stay under 100, but yeah, it used to happen a lot that I would get 150 rank or 200 rank as well in during the test series. So I didn't like hard. There was no hard in that. This is the rank under 50 I want to get. So there was no any hard aim like that for that 2-digit rank or 1-digit rank. How happy were you when the results were published? I was excited, of course. I was just happy that I got this picture, and because like even in this year the marking was very crazy. What happened was like, yeah, I told you, right, in the recent years, like you have to get at least 75 plus to even get this top 50 rank. But what happened this year was like there were two sets, and the one was slightly or maybe somewhat easier, and this other set was kind of tricky and lengthy. So and I got allotted into that slot, so I kind of messed up there because it was tricky and lengthy. But so but there is something called normalization. So through it, like even if I thought like because I got this bad slot or this lengthy slot or tricky slot, I will score bad, and the guys who got that easier slot, so they would score better. And I messed up this gate exam. There was a point I was even thinking that I will repeat this exam, maybe in the worst case. So that was there. So but through normalization, like what happened was like the people of that easier set, their marks was slightly reduced, and the people who got this harder set, their marks was slightly increased. So due to which, like, even my normalized score was about 71, and even with that score I got in this much. So if the same score would not have had the same rank if I had appeared for maybe 2020 exam or 2019 exam. So yeah, this variation will be there. It is just decided based on competition. So yeah, of course, I was happy with the result, whatever I got.
Acha Bhaiya, thank you so much. I think that brings us to the end of all our questions.
All right.
And I would thank you for the wonderful AME session, Siddharth Bhaiya, and thank you for spending your time with us. I hope you all were able to ask a bunch of very interesting questions and get them answered. And thanks everyone for your participation.
Thank you.
That brings us to the end of the session.